will be all sorts of different jobs that a bee has, and obviously these ones that are coming in and out, if you watch closely, you'll see that they've collected pollen. Lots of them will have pollen on the back of their legs. But there are also guard bees that are just keeping real close track of who's coming in and who's coming out. You have to watch for a while, but there's a system. They don't just let anybody in. Bees all play a different role. The worker bees will play different roles throughout their life. A young bee, for the first couple weeks of her life, she'll mostly just clean the different comb and clean out the cells and whatnot before she actually starts making flights. And there are lots of different jobs that the bees have. Some a significant job is just literally maintaining the temperature of the hive. But they say that to produce one bee, it takes a full cell of pollen and a full cell of nectar. So it's really, this collecting part is very important just for the life and livelihood of the hive itself. Especially earlier in the spring like this is, the colony doesn't always make a living, and that's partly why you feed it, because the colony isn't yet bringing in enough nectar, because there isn't enough right now to provide a living for the colony. Look at the pollen on the back of that guy's leg though, see it? The pollen is the protein. The nectar, which you can't see, is the carbohydrates that the bees need. And the nectar is actually carried inside their bodies in something called a nectar stomach, I think. A little bar with the nail in it right here. You can see a very small groove, and then you can see the wide door that they're coming in. When you first get your bees, you've turned it so that only this is open. And that's because the bees are getting used to their own environment. Bees recognize their home, their hive, by sight and smell, but they are confused at first. They're not as organized. Bees have to get themselves organized. That's another function of the queen. And so at first, they need a small opening so that they're less susceptible to robber bees. Later, as they get more organized and more established, and as they're more active bringing pollen and syrup in, they need a bigger opening. And I think